Ladies and gentlemen, respected elders, caregivers, and all who are dedicated to aging gracefully and strongly today, let us begin with a truth that may surprise you. What you believe is helping you might quietly be weakening you. We live in a world where shelves are lined with colorful bottles, vitamins that promise energy, vitality, and longevity. Commercials say, "Take this daily and feel young again." And we listen. After all, who doesn't want to remain strong, active, and independent in the later years of life? But here's the shocker. Two of the most commonly taken vitamins many believe are essential could actually be undermining your leg strength after the age of 60. In the quiet hours of the morning, a senior man bends to tie his shoes, steadying himself on the edge of his bed. He pauses not because of age, but because his legs no longer feel like the sturdy pillars they once were. This man, like many others, has done everything right. He walks regularly, eats moderately, and takes his daily vitamins. The irony is that some of those very supplements, taken with trust and routine, may be the reason his legs tremble. It is a common belief that aging requires us to add more rest, more medications, more vitamins. Yet nature teaches us otherwise. A tree, when overwatered, doesn't flourish. Its roots rot, and its branches grow weak. The human body follows the same principle. In our pursuit of health, excess becomes a silent adversary. One of the most misunderstood enemies in this context is vitamin overload, and among the most subtle offenders is vitamin E. This vitamin, often praised for its antioxidant abilities, that sits in many medicine cabinets, promised as a shield against aging, heart disease, and inflammation. But when consumed in doses higher than the body requires, it does not act as a savior, it becomes a disruptor. The delicate harmony inside the body is based on balance, not abundance. Imagine a symphony orchestra where one section, say the violins, plays louder than necessary. What results is not music, but chaos. Similarly, excessive vitamin E begins to interfere with the absorption of other critical nutrients, especially vitamin K, which plays a key role in blood clotting and bone strength. An imbalance in this axis may lead to internal bleeding in extreme cases, but more commonly, it manifests subtly, bruising easily, feeling lightheaded, or noticing frequent leg cramps during the night. In an elderly body where circulation is already slower and muscles are more vulnerable to fatigue, these signs should not be ignored. The muscles in the legs, being the largest in the body, are among the first to whisper when imbalance creeps in. Some ignore these whispers, chalking them up to aging, but the wise listen and investigate. Over time, a deficiency in the very nutrients displaced by excess vitamin E results in decreased muscle efficiency, slower recovery, and a weakened ability to support weight and motion. There is an old story from the East about a man who planted a single cherry tree. In his desire for it to grow faster, he added more water, more fertilizer, and more care than necessary. The tree grew rapidly, but its branches were thin, its roots shallow. One day a strong wind came, and the tree toppled, unable to support itself. The man, heartbroken, asked the gardener what he had done wrong. The gardener replied, "You gave it's too much love in the wrong form." This is how many treat their bodies after 60 with love. Yes, but misdirected love. Taking multiple supplements without understanding their interaction is like feeding the body fertilizer without checking the soil. The result is not strength, it is confusion within the body, and weakness that follows. Equally deceptive is vitamin B6, known for supporting nerve health and brain function. It is commonly found in fortified cereals, multivitamins, and energy drinks. In modest amounts, it plays a beneficial role. But when taken in higher than needed doses, especially for prolonged periods, it begins to affect the very nerves it was meant to protect. Seniors, whose systems no longer flush out excess B6 efficiently, become vulnerable to its accumulation. The result? A condition known as peripheral neuropathy, a dysfunction of the nerves, often felt most strongly in the legs and feet. The early signs can be subtle: a tingling sensation in the toes, a slight numbness when walking, or an unexplained heaviness in the calves. Many ignore these, blaming poor circulation or arthritis. But as the weeks pass, the discomfort becomes constant. The nerves responsible for balance, gait, and muscle control weaken. Walking becomes cautious. Stairs feel more daunting. It is as if the ground itself has become unreliable. There is a quiet tragedy in such moments. A person who once climbed mountains now hesitates to climb stairs, not because their spirit has aged, but because invisible excess has crept into their body. A supplement meant to aid the mind has betrayed the legs. A wise teacher once said, "Too little and the flame dies. Too much and the fire consumes." True mastery lies in the steady glow. That principle must guide our approach to health after 60. Supplements are tools, not miracles. And every tool, if used without skill, it becomes dangerous. Vitamins are not meant to flood the body, but to gently support it. The line between medicine and toxin is thinner than many realize, especially in the senior years when the body becomes more sensitive, more reactive, more transparent to imbalance. It is not rare to see seniors proudly list the supplements they take daily, sometimes 10 or more. Yet when asked why or how they chose them, the answer is often unclear. A friend recommended it. A commercial suggested it. A magazine claimed it fights aging. These decisions, though made with good intentions, carry consequences. In the world of martial arts, one learns not only how to strike but, more importantly, when not to. The restraint is what defines the true strength of the master. Similarly, restraint in health practices is wisdom. Knowing which vitamins to take is good. Knowing when not to take them is essential. That leg strength, for a senior, is not merely a physical matter. It is tied to independence, confidence, and dignity. The ability to walk without help, to rise from a chair with grace, to carry oneself through the day without fear of falling, these are sacred gifts. And so, anything that threatens them, even subtly, must be treated with utmost seriousness. Understanding that vitamin E and B6, when consumed in excess, can silently erode this strength, is not a cause for fear. It is a call to awareness. The body speaks. It speaks in fatigue, in cramps, in the numbness of toes and the trembling of knees. It speaks in the small moments, getting up too slowly, stumbling for no reason, feeling soreness without effort. The key is not to eliminate all supplements, but to approach them with intention, with knowledge, and with moderation. Blood tests, professional consultations, and mindful observation of how the body responds. These are the tools of those who walk the path of health with wisdom. Do not chase vitality with the urgency of youth. Embrace balance with the insight of experience. Let your strength not be built on blind additions, but on the gentle refinement of what the body truly needs. Only then can each step taken in later life be a step of power, not precaution. There is a story of a potter who once crafted a teacup so fine and delicate that it could sing when touched by warm water. People from distant villages came to see it, to hear it. One day a merchant offered the potter a potion, saying, "Add a drop of this to your clay, and the cup will become stronger, brighter, more magical." Tempted by the promise, the potter did. The next cup he made was beautiful but silent. Song. The balance that once gave life to his work had been disturbed. The body after 60 is like that teacup, full of wisdom, delicate in its needs, and deeply affected by even the smallest of changes. Many seniors, in their desire to preserve vitality, fall into the trap of oversupplementation. Vitamins and minerals are added to their daily routine in hopes of strengthening the body, improving memory, or fighting fatigue. But often, in this pursuit, they forget a truth that nature has whispered for ages. More is not always better. As the body ages, its machinery does not move as it once did. The stomach produces less acid, the kidneys filter more slowly, the liver processes with less intensity. When a senior consumes vitamins in amounts designed for younger bodies, without any deficiency at all, the system may become overwhelmed. The bloodstream, instead of carrying only what is needed, becomes saturated with what cannot be used. Excess begins to accumulate, and with time, the harmony is broken. A woman, 68 years old, once shared her daily habit: a multivitamin in the morning, a B-complex before lunch, a vitamin D booster in the afternoon, and a nighttime antioxidant blend. She believed she was nourishing her body, yet her muscles felt heavier, her legs ached during simple walks, and sleep eluded her. When her doctor reviewed her blood work, levels of certain vitamins were significantly above normal. The fatigue, the weaknesses were not signs of aging, but of the body protesting an overload. This is the silent challenge of oversupplementation. The symptoms are vague, often mistaken for age. Cramps in the legs may be seen as dehydration. Numbness is blamed on poor circulation. Sluggishness is dismissed with a sigh. But the deeper cause lies within a system flooded with what it cannot process. One must remember that supplements are concentrated forces. They are not the same as food. A glass of orange juice contains vitamin C, yes, but also water, fiber, and natural enzymes that help the body absorb and regulate it. A capsule, by contrast, delivers a blast. If the body needs that blast, it uses it. If not, it must store, filter, or fight it. This battle, repeated daily, drains the body rather than fortifying it. In martial arts, students are taught that strength is not built in a single motion. It is developed over time, with consistency, precision, and rest. Muscles grow not only through exertion but through stillness. The same applies to internal health. Supplements must be chosen carefully, used with intention, and reviewed often. A pill taken without awareness becomes like a guest who overstays their welcome, first unnoticed, then uncomfortable, and eventually disruptive. One way to guard against this is through listening, not to advertisements or trends, but to the body itself. How does it respond after a new supplement is added? Does sleep deepen or fragment? Do legs feel lighter or more fatigued? Are there changes in mood, energy, digestion? The body always leaves clues. The art is in learning how to read them, just as important as knowing that the natural world already offers much of what we seek. The warmth of sunlight on the skin, the crispness of greens from the garden, the richness of lentils, nuts, and seeds. These hold the power to nourish without the risk of overload. When food becomes medicine, medicine becomes less necessary. In the village of elders, where traditions are still preserved, an old man was once asked why he had never taken supplements. His legs were strong, his back upright, his mind clear. He replied, I eat with the seasons, rest with the sun, move with the earth, and listen to my bones. His answer, though simple, reflected a wisdom deeper than any label or dosage. Still, there are times when supplements are necessary. Not all diets provide everything. Not all seniors absorb nutrients the same way. In such cases, guidance is vital. A supplement taken with knowledge is like a key opening a door. Taken blindly, it becomes a wedge in the hinges. This leads to another truth: guidance must come from those who understand the body's shifting needs. What works for a younger person might harm someone in their 60s or 70s. The senior body is a different landscape. The soil is richer in wisdom but needs gentler cultivation. Blood tests, consultations, and honest conversations about health become tools for alignment, not because fear dictates them, but because clarity honors the body's truth. There is a phrase spoken among monks: when the river is calm, you can see the bottom. The same applies to health. When the mind is clear, decisions are wise. When the body is quiet, its messages are heard. Oversupplementation brings noise disturbances in sleep, digestion, mood, and movement. But when one returns to simplicity, balance returns. In this simplicity, natural sources play a powerful role. A walk in the sun for vitamin D, a handful of almonds for magnesium, a bowl of beans for iron, an embrace of fermented foods for vitamin K. These are not just nutrients, they are relationships with nature. They carry energy, history, and a gentleness the body recognizes. Leg strength in seniors is not merely a function of muscles. It is a reflection of nerve health, blood circulation, and mineral balance. The legs carry not only the weight of the body but the weight of a life lived. They deserve care that is precise, not excessive. Supplements may assist, but they must not dominate. Food, movement, rest, and awareness form the true foundation of strength. When the potter returned to his original clay, without the merchant's potion, he once again crafted a cup that sang, not louder, not brighter, but true. The lesson was clear: not everything added adds value. Sometimes, what is removed brings back the harmony. So it is with the senior body. Let what is taken be chosen with care. Let what is added be justified by need. Let strength be built, not on the rush of promises, but on the steady rhythm of wisdom, observation, and balance. Then each step taken, whether on stone or soil, carries the silent confidence of harmony restored. So, what can you do? Talk to your doctor before taking or increasing supplements. Check your labels. More isn't stronger. Aim for vitamins through real food, leafy greens, nuts, lean proteins, fruits, and most importantly, listen to your body. Weakness, cramping, numbness, these are not just signs of age, they might be signs of imbalance. Our legs carry not only our bodies but our freedom. Do not let misinformation or marketing weaken that strength. Knowledge is power, and in this case, knowledge is protection from pills that promise wellness, but steal your steadiness. Thank you and walk strong, not just in body but in wisdom.